Hi, welcome to today's lesson. So this is going to be a exercise flow for the luteal phase. So during the early part of the luteal phase, then you can do lots of strengthening exercises, but as you get closer towards menstruation, then it's important to start slowing things down, and it's a really good time to start turning your focus inwards. So I like to do a yin-based yoga practice. So this is all about listening to your internal landscape, shutting out the external noise and just tuning in to your body, your thoughts, and having that self-exploration. So for today's session, it helps to grab a few props. So if you've got any bolsters or anything, or any blocks, bricks, then you can always use them. I'm just using a bolster which is basically like a big pillow. So you can just grab a couple of pillows off your bed. But the more supported in a pose you feel, then the more comfortable it is, and the more your body's likely to relax. And so you can start really observing rather than resisting and fighting. So just once you've got all your props ready, feel free to pause if you need to, and just coming back into a seated position, just getting yourself nice and comfortable, and then beginning to close your eyes. With your index finger and middle finger, just placing them lightly over the centre of your forehead. So we're connecting in now with our third eye. And this is the first of our feminine energy centres. And I just want you to tune in and imagining that space behind your forehead. Imagine it like a ball of light, spinning with energy, with every breath in, expanding and radiating out more light, clearing away any blocks. So this is the centre for our intuition, our deeper inner knowing. So just taking a few moments, connecting in with your breathing and tuning into this space. Just observing what thoughts you have or what images come. However your intuitive guidance comes to you is absolutely perfect. Just imagine it like you're watching a movie screen. Thoughts float in and float away. Now bringing your hand down to rest over your heart space. So this is the second of the feminine energy centres. And this is where we connect in with our love and compassion. So imagine a ball of light spinning at the centre of your heart. With each breath in, imagine that light expanding outwards, clearing away any past hurts and grief, and opening up to the energy of unconditional love. Tuning in to any messages that your heart wants to share with you. Imagine the light expanding out like a feminine sun, getting bigger with every breath, radiating out and covering the whole of your body with its healing, loving energy. And now bringing your hands and your awareness down to your womb space. So this is connecting in with your energetic womb space. So this is our portal and connection to the divine. From here we can birth other humans onto the world, but also it's our birthplace for ideas. So tuning in to this creative energy. ideas do you wish to bring forth? Imagine the light at the centre of your womb space, radiating outwards, clearing away any blocks, clearing away any energies that don't serve you. And just tuning in to your internal softness, your internal guiding systems. And then gently bring the hands to rest on the knees and starting to slightly circle the body, starting small and then gradually spiraling outwards, making your circles a little bit bigger each time. And then circling back the other way. You can open your eyes at this point, or you might find it helps to have your eyes closed so you can just observe how your body's feeling. And then coming back to centre. Now bending the right leg roughly at 90 degrees at the hip and knee, and then placing the left leg on top. If that's uncomfortable, you can always put it in front or crossing the legs. But if it's stacked on top, this is your fire log pose. So you may feel this on the outsides of your hips, but always just listening to your body. Grabbing the pillow now, maybe folding it up, and then just allowing the body to melt down onto the pillow. You might find it helps to rest rest your chin on your hands, or just folding over. But just tuning into your body, observing the thoughts in your mind, but connecting in with the sensations that your body is releasing. If you become aware of any tension, see if you can use your breath and imagine directing it to these areas. See if you can release and let it go. And then slowly easing up. Whenever you're coming out of the yin posture, doing it slowly and mindfully. This is when injuries can occur, as the tissues have kind of adapted and released. So we need to be gentle and nourishing with them. Now switching over the legs, so the right leg's on top. Once again, folding forwards. It may feel differently on one side to the other. You may not be able to go as far, or you may go further, but just supporting your body where it's at. Taking your legs out into a V. You might want to use blankets to just support under the knees if it feels a bit tight in the hamstrings. Whatever feels good for you, or you can have little bolsters under them. Placing your pillows or bolsters in front, you can either rest again with your head in your hands or folding forwards. But just go until you can feel a slight stretch, but then able to release in it. Again, tuning into the sensations. And then slowly easing yourself back up, bending in the right leg, keeping the left leg extended, taking your pillow or bolster over onto the left leg, resting onto your elbow, or you can fold down the length of that arm. I like to rest on my elbow, and then taking the right arm over the top and coming into your dragonfly stretch. Feeling that length through the side of the body, breathing into that space you're creating in the ribcage. Opening up the lung meridians. Slowly coming back up and switching over sides, so bending in the right leg, extending out the left, and folding over the left. Just observing how one side may feel differently compared to the other. Slowly coming back up and placing the pillow in front of you, coming down onto your front. I like to put my arms underneath actually get it right in, and then drawing the elbows back, palms facing down, take the legs out a little bit wider. Head and neck nice and long, lifting up into your Sphinx pose. You can always push the bolster under you more to get more lift, or you can take your hands out to the side, turning outwards and lifting up into your seal pose if you want more of a stretch. But just listen to your body. To gently press yourself back, taking the knees a little bit wider and placing your bolster or pillow in front, and then resting the belly down. You can either keep the arms at the side or taking them back behind you. I like to turn my head to one side and then I'll switch halfway through, coming into a supported child's pose. Imagine breathing into the back of the rib cage, stretching out and opening out across the back of the ribs and the lungs. And then halfway through, just switching over your head to the other side. And then gradually making your way back up. So with yin yoga, I normally spend about 5 to 10 minutes in each pose, depending on how it felt. Obviously this is a bit more of an introduction, so if you do feel that you want to spend longer in the poses, then feel free. It's all about slowing it down and just listening to your body and just observing what the messages are that it's trying to share with you. Enjoy.